This one is a big one. Your girl's got some explaining to do. But first, let's take it back. I'm back! It's Pride Month. Should I officially come out? Hi, hello, and welcome to another reading vlog. I am your host from the future who will be directing you on this journey. So buckle up, get cozy, because we've got a lot of books that we will be getting into today. Okay, your girl is coming out of the closet. Coming out. It's funny because I am very scared about having this conversation for multiple reasons. One, it's a little bit complex to talk about, and then two, also because I have felt really uncomfortable including myself within the LGBTQIA+ community, as I have been straight passing for a really long time. And I figured, oh, I should wait until I'm in another obviously queer relationship before I officially come out. And I've realized in recent years that that's stupid. Just because like my last relationship was with a man doesn't mean that that makes me straight, when I know damn well that I'm attracted to people regardless of their gender. And so I believe the more accurate term to fit someone like me would be pansexual, as I am open to all variations of people on the entire gender spectrum. And so, yes, that is my official coming out. Now that I got that awkwardness out of the way, let's get back to the video. I have a disclaimer. If you watched the June TBR game, you would know I've been having some technical difficulties in several of the videos that I ended up doing. And unfortunately, I had filmed several clips before I realized that having my fan on in this room would blow into the microphone. Now, if you're watching on your cell phone with the speakers, you probably won't notice at all. But for those of you with either headphones and or watching on a computer or a TV or something like that, I am so sorry. I will be here to smooth things along so you don't have to listen to the obnoxious audio for too long. That being said, I do enjoy some of these clips regardless, so hopefully you do as well. So let's start off with Past Me kicking off this video. Hello, good morning, and welcome to another reading vlog. Kiwi is, I don't know, what are you doing, ma'am? It's been a hot minute. I don't know when this is gonna go up, because in my timeline, I am like 50 videos behind. That's an exaggeration, but still. And I am dealing with a whole bunch of stuff, which has put a lot of video editing and things on pause. I'm hoping to start doing a reading vlog. We're gonna read. We're gonna do fun stuff. I miss it. I have a fat stack of mostly queer books to read, so hopefully I can make some progress on this. But for now, I need to figure out what I'm going to be reading next. So the first book we're going to be reading is Fake Dates and Mooncakes by Shirley. This was definitely a cover buy, because when I saw this, it screamed cute pastry, meet cute sort of story, which I was definitely drawn to. Now, although there is a little bit of a pastry aspect to this story, it actually focuses more on rich people drama than anything else, as our main character befriends a very wealthy person as he is helping at his aunt's shop, and they agree to fake date after said wealthy person ends up making a big donation towards the shop. I will admit, not quite what I had in mind. Okay, so I am starting Fake Dates and Mooncakes by Shirley. I haven't really gotten into it. I just thought that this would be a good way to keep the ball rolling. I feel like this will make me happy, hopefully. so I'm a good chunk into Fake Dates and Mooncakes by Shirley, and this one is a YA romance, which I wasn't realizing because they do look older to me. I thought they were going to be like in their 20s. They are teenagers. Although I really like the story and like the general idea, I'm not loving it. Like, I don't feel the chemistry necessarily, and like things are just happening and I'm not super invested in a way that I would like. It's just meh so far. Okay, so if it's not clear, unfortunately this one was a bit of a disappointment for me. I was pretty excited about seeing where things went, and even though some of the stuff that they were experiencing and doing felt older, there was also some moments that felt very YA and young in a way that I didn't necessarily enjoy. And then on top of that, having the whole book really focus more around rich people drama versus the rom-com-y, cute pastry competition vibes that I thought it would be, was a letdown. It was a letdown. The book was fine. I didn't hate it, but I definitely didn't enjoy it as much as I was hoping I would. Next up, we are going to be reading Love and Other Disasters by Anita Kelly. This is a competition-based story where we have two characters both competing on a cooking show, and during the process build a friendship turn relationship. This one does feature a non-binary character as a big part of the storyline. So let's see what I thought of it. Okay, so this one is a surprise. It does take place heavily within this competition, although the focus is on their relationship more than anything. It is your classic, cute, lighthearted, funny vibes, even though it does talk about some big topics around acceptance and self-understanding, I guess. But overall, it was, I don't know, I liked the chemistry between the characters. I found myself smiling and giggling and just really enjoying it. I am happy to be making progress on my TBR for the month, and I'm excited for more queer books. I freaking love queer books, like so much. Now I'm actually going to be reading Raybearer, which you're probably not going to hear too much about. I have my book club tomorrow to go over the next 2 sections because I'm a little bit behind. I wasn't feeling well last weekend, so I ended up skipping it, and I've got some making up that I need to do. So hopefully I can read all of those chapters tonight, and then I won't be finishing the book until later in the month. So, but I am enjoying it so far. Good morning. So since last night I managed to complete all of the reading that I needed for today's book club sync, I think that I'm going to read some comics just to kind of ease into the day. All right, so our next 2 books are actually part of a series that is Power and Magic, the Queer Witch Comic Anthology, Volume 1 and 2. These are both collections of queer comics that have been created by authors and artists of color. The second book features a comic from a good friend of mine, and both of them are filled with different short witchy stories. So stupid. Magic Volume 1. I really enjoyed it. There are a couple of stories in here that I really liked. In general, I find it very fun to see how people put together comics. I used to want to do that. Like, that was one of the things that I wanted to do when I was an illustrator, but it's so much work. So yeah, I only loved a few of them, was fine by a lot of the other ones, and was impressed by all of them. So it was a good time. I do have volume 2, so I want to read that one next and see how I feel. Volume 2. Let's get into it, baby. Okay, so I have finished The Next Power and Magic. I only have these two for the anthology. My friend Maisha is in the second one, and I really liked her story, so that was fun. I completely forgot. I'm pretty sure I actually got these from her during one of the conventions that we were both at, and yeah, I find it very fun to have finally gotten around to this. I've had this on my TBR for a really long time and just never picked it up for some reason. All right, so this was really enjoyable. It was pretty quick for me to get through, and I really had a good time. Even the stories that I thought were kind of meh were still really enjoyable to consume, and I really appreciated all of the hard work that went into all of them. Okay, and so the last book we are planning to read for this video is Icarus by K. Ankrum. This one I do have a alternate cover for, which I got from the Rainbow Crate subscription box, and is in this pretty pastel blue colorway, which I do really enjoy. This is a story that focuses on toxic relationships and expectations, where we have a young boy named Icarus who, upon his father's wishes, breaks into the home of a specific family to steal priceless art and replace with forgeries. One day, as he is doing this, he realizes that he is not alone when Helios, the son of the man that he is stealing from, discovers him in the act. But instead of turning him in, Helios requests a friendship. Thus begins a very interesting journey between the two characters while we uncover the history behind what is going on, why things are happening the way they are, and some interesting and mysterious happenings surrounding all of what they're dealing with. The way that K. Ankrum writes, I'm not sure if it's my cup of tea. I did appreciate some of the commentary that they did in The Wicker King. There was an interesting dynamic between the characters, and I feel like they like to explore deep, weird, flawed character dynamics and things like that. So I'm interested to see how that shows up in this book. But there's this kind of like dry, matter-of-fact aspect to things that I don't love, where it's kind of just all like, we have this character, this thing happens, here's another character, here's how he interacts with this, here's his life, here's this. It's almost just like telling you in these just bite-sized chunks what is happening to this character in these different scenarios to kind of build things together, which I think can be really cool, and it is definitely other people's cup of tea. But I'm listening to the audiobook, and I feel like that makes it a more jarring experience. I'm not hating it, like, don't get it twisted, but I'm also not necessarily loving it. And so yeah, I'm not invested or connected at all to any of the characters, and we've been introduced to him along with obviously the other character that's going to be a big part of it. We've learned about him and his father's relationship or dynamics, and then also a couple of other characters that he interacts with. And again, I don't really care about any of them, but we're still in the setup phase, so we'll see how I feel as we get further into it. Okay, so I just swapped this out. The old one was leaking. The old one is so gross, I just threw it away. Had to pull this all back, go behind there, detach the old one, And now it works. I will have to caulk this at some point. So now, mission success. I mostly did it by myself. I did get Dad to help, but I took everything apart, figured out the problem, and I, of course, as normal, forgot to show you the before. Because I always think about it after the fact that this might be something cool to share with you guys. I keep leaving my tools places and then wondering why they go missing. It's me, it's my fault. Well, dang. Okay, I just finished Icarus. I knew that this author was going to take me on a wild ride. And I was right. I was right. That's exactly what happened. It was a wild ride. I appreciate it. I really like the way things happened. I did fall for the characters towards the end, care about the situation and everything that was going on. I will say that I don't think I love the style that Kay Ancrum writes in, but it's still really good and I highly recommend it. And I love the storytelling and the conversations and the emotions and the relationships that you end up getting with the stories that they do. So like, yes, I really like this. I really like it. Yeah. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I do. So, pleasantly surprised there. Anyway, long story short, highly recommend. It was good. It was good. Okay, and that's it for the queer books that I ended up reading for the first week of Pride Month. I know you're probably going to be seeing this a little bit late. I am working on a couple of other wonderfully fun queer vlogs. So if you would like to see some male specific romance or sapphic queer stories, stay tuned for those videos. Will be coming out pretty soon. If you've read any of these, let me know in the comments section down below. If you made it this far, include a sun emoji for Icarus getting too close to the sun. Stay tuned. Until then, happy reading. Bye! Perfect.